Ruckers and maulers, kickers and ballers. Welcome to the second episode of Rugby in the Majors. Well, thank you to everyone who followed and liked and subscribed. We really appreciate it. For those that haven't yet, please do so. I'm sure you'll remember last week that I did say I hoped my head survived the recording. Well, unfortunately it didn't. I got fried beyond belief. I have recovered, thankfully, and that's why I chose to do it late in the afternoon so there'd be no sun available. As you can see, we're at a new venue here, thanks to Wits University Rugby. They play in the Varsity Cup, which is an extremely tough competition in South Africa with all the best universities, kind of like NCAA. It was instituted in 2008 to try and mimic Monday night football because they do play their matches on Monday.
This initiative for Monday night, I think, has added a lot of value. If you look at how many Springboks, how many coaches has gone through this system, which has been developed, and over the years, I truly believe it's a huge bonus for SA Rugby.
I know that after the recent Olympics in Rio, the US Rugby website got something like 36 million individual hits. It's definitely a sport on the rise, and you can see that America definitely has the financial backing. So as soon as the country gets behind the sport, I know on the coast it's getting quite big, like you say, the money will come, and I think it will definitely become a lucrative thing. You can see the fact that the Crusaders have bought shares in some of the clubs there as well. The New Zealanders, they know that that's the next step commercially. So from a commercial point of view, rugby in America makes sense. That would be the big backing in the West, whereas the big money in the East would probably come from Japan. I do have a think if you're looking for an opportunity, if you can build a life for yourself, it's almost a no-brainer. It's a microcosm for what's going on in our country in the moment. It's difficult to get jobs, it's difficult with your qualifications, so it's difficult to say to someone you should stay where you have an opportunity to build something for yourself that side.
Let's get on to the first weekend of matches in Major League Rugby. Nola Gold beat the Toronto Arrows 36-31, so only a 5-point difference. In the second match on Saturday, we had Houston winning away at Austin 21-20. Then on Sunday, Rooney, or Rugby United New York, won away 25-23 at the San Diego Legion. And then in the final match of the weekend, which was, of course, a repeat of last year's final, Seattle running out 2018 winners. Now, if you've managed to work that out quickly, the points difference between all four matches was only 10 points. I'm extremely excited about that because that means there is nothing much between the teams. Only 10 points, which is phenomenal. Nola Gold were the best attacking team of the weekend with 6 tries, but their opponents, the Toronto Arrows, scored 5, which means they got 2 bonus points out of the game. Now, if you don't understand the bonus point structure, if you come within 7 and you lose the match, you get 1 point. If you scored 4 tries, you get 1 point. Which means despite losing, the Arrows still come away from the weekend with 2 points. Nola Gold, of course, did also score 4 tries, so they are leading the table on 5 points. And then all the other teams that lost on the weekend all came within 7. Houston beating Austin by only 1 point, so Austin get 1 point, and Houston get 4 points for winning the match. And then, of course, San Diego and the Raptors also coming within 2 points of their opponents, and they also get a losing bonus point. So if you look at the log, Nola Gold, of course, on the top with 5, Rooney with 4, Seattle and Houston with 4, Toronto with 2, and then Austin, Glendale and San Diego on 1 each. And then let's get on to this weekend's action. Well, as you know, the Utah Warriors did not play last week because there are 9 teams. They had a bye. Their season will get underway at Austin at Dell Diamond Stadium. That is on Friday, so remember that, a Friday match. That will be 7 p.m. Central. And then 2 matches on Saturday. We have Glendale traveling to Louisiana to take on Nola Gold. They, of course, did lose, and Nola were extremely impressive, so that should be an interesting match. That is at 2 p.m. on Saturday Central. And then at 3:30 p.m. Central, or should I say Pacific time, Seattle at San Diego at Torero Stadium. So only 3 matches this weekend. Of course, there is a little matter of the Super Bowl on Sunday. I did chat to Kees Lensing, the forwards coach of Rugby United New York, and that's coming up shortly. He just summed up their match. He said it wasn't pretty, but of course they will take it. And now they have 2 bars. They're 2 bars for the season over the next 2 weekends. How was the whole trip from a bonding point of view? I mean, you had to fly from one end of the continent to the other. And that must have been a nice time for you guys really to get together, get that team culture going. And then, of course, a win and 100% record in Major League Rugby doesn't hurt either.
First week, we're very happy with the result, definitely. I don't think there's anyone that backed us to go down to San Diego. That's a team that's been together for a while.
Except me.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I think it was good because of the whole dynamic of New York. The guys not staying all together. Our training facilities, you've been here now, it's a little bit rough. We train on an island. After training sessions, the guys, we don't stay together like most professional teams. So everyone's scattered off into the directions where they stay, or the guys have to go to work or come from work. So we don't have a lot of team bonding time here. And like guys like Ben Foden and some of the props, those guys only got here like literally 2 weeks ago. So we don't really have a preseason with them. And I think this trip helped a lot of it, just to identify some of the personalities in the group, see who's the new leaders, who's the guys with new experience. And overall, I think we had really a nice experience. And I think it can only get better from here on forward.
By being here today at Wits University to talk to their Varsity Cup team, I want to draw a parallel between South African rugby, adding another level between amateur and professional rugby, and how that has helped professional rugby and Springbok rugby in the country. And obviously we all hope that a similar thing happens in America between the amateur structures and the national team. Now, after 1 week, I think we can all say that something is certainly happening and it's heading in the right direction. But just to help you understand what Varsity Cup has done for South African rugby, I'm just going to take you through a 15-man team made up of Varsity Cup players who have gone on to be Springboks. Starting at loosehead prop, Trevor Nyakane, Malcolm Marx, the current South African Player of the Year, Vincent Koch, Eben Etzebeth, Franco Mostert, Yaku Kriel, Nizam Kar, Opa Mahoje, Rudy Page, Andre Pollard, Apiwe Dianti, who, by the way, was the World Breakthrough Player of the Year this last season, Rohan Janse van Rensburg, Jean de Jong, Siabelo Sonatla. For all those Sevens fans, of course, he has broken records like you cannot believe in the Sevens teams for the Blitzbokker. And at 15, Kerwin Bosch. So all those players got their start in Varsity Cup. Now, logic tells you that a lot of them might have made it anyway, but there's certain players that definitely would not have made it if they did not have the Varsity Cup to showcase their talents. And that's what Major League Rugby is all about. For those players to showcase their talents, to either be picked up by the US Sevens team or the US Eagles, who of course are playing in the World Cup this year. So thank you very much to Kees for the interview. Great to see that rugby in New York is moving in the right direction. Thank you to everyone here at Wits. And just remember, please follow us on our various social media platforms at rugby_majors on Twitter and Rugby in the Majors on Facebook and YouTube. Please subscribe to our channels so that you get the notifications when we upload something. I will be uploading the full interview with Kees and the full interviews with Hugo and Constant here at Wits. So that's it for our second episode of Rugby in the Majors. Thanks to everyone for contributing and engaging, and we'll see you next week.